What is up, guys? Happy Friday. My name is Jim. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a great evening. What is up, guys? Happy Friday. Oh, there's a little echo here. Echoey McGee. Should be gone. What is everyone up to today? I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Let me know in the chat what you're working on. And big surprise to everyone is that we were working on Noise Marines once again. Yes, you're sick of them. I'm sick of them too, so trust me. I don't want to be working on them anymore, but here we are, aren't we? It's because, like, literally when I stream is the only time I feel motivated to paint these days is when I'm streaming. And so normally I would do a little painting of a unit on stream and then end up finishing it off stream, but I haven't really had the motivation and or energy and or like inclination to do that. So but I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Let me know what you guys are planning to do this weekend. I got lots on my mind today, so hopefully I have some good discussion, good ranting, raving, the usual. I think I'm gonna try to stream about 2 hours today, but life is been a bit of a bitch today, so depending on what happens as far as like later this afternoon or evening, could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more. Just trying to keep myself busy. Yeah. And also in about like 1 minute, I'm gonna have to jump up for a sec and go grab something from my front door because I've been waiting on delivery all day. So if I disappear for 2 seconds, do not panic, I will return, I think. And I'm also gonna go get a drink as well, a beer. I think I owe it. I'm very hungover today. I've been very hungover all day because I had I don't want to call it a date. I guess it was a date. I had a date last night, but it wasn't like a date with like a new girl. It's a girl that I've previously had relations with. This is the way I'll put it. And we're not in a relationship, and there's no plans to be in a relationship, but we decided to go just hang out last night for the first time in a long time because I'm too busy for her, and I just don't have time. So I've kind of kept her at arm's length, and also just I don't want to get into a relationship right now. So I've been kind of trying to keep people from falling in love with me because I'm so lovable. And we had a really nice dinner at a place called L'Abattoir in Vancouver. It is a French restaurant. I had steak actually because I had a steak craving, and then she had halibut, I believe. So yeah, so that was good. But obviously, as you do when you go on evening excursions with ladies, piano teacher. I don't think she's a piano teacher. I hope not. She's a nurse, actually. I don't think I've ever dated a piano teacher. I ended up at Alibi Room, which is like a little bar in Gastown, and had way too many old fashions. Well, actually, not way too many. I had the amount that I wanted. I'll be right back, guys. I just gotta go pick something up. 1 sec. All right, I'm back, guys. So, welcome back, Jim. Sorry, I just had to go pick something up. And then I went to get a drink. Hey man, Asante, what's going on? So today on stream, I'm drinking. This is actually one of my favorite beers. It is a bourbon blood orange wheat ale from Bridge Brewing in North Vancouver. It is an excellent beer. Highly recommended. And I'm gonna be drinking it in, Shane, you'll like this, my T-Shift Warhammer 40,000 best overall 2019 glass pint. So thank you Ben and Dan Miner for awarding me. I actually have a whole play set. I have a whole dining set of these glasses because I have best overall, I think, best chaos, best Thousand Suns, like best, I think I got one more, like maybe even best general, because they ended up like not having like a Thousand Suns faction, so I was just like, give me the Thousand Suns cup. So I literally have a whole dining set of these like Warhammer 40,000 winning glasses, and so I have actually quite a few like Warhammer glasses in general, and I never use them because like if I have company over, right, I'm not gonna be like, hey, do you want to drink in my if I bring a girl over, I'm not, or like a friend, I'm not gonna be like, hey, that doesn't play Warhammer. I'm not gonna be like, hey, do you want a beer in my award-winning tournament cup? They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. Here's some ASMR beer opening. How's that sound? Anyways, I'm hungover, so I figured the best way to not be hungover is to drink a beer. Here's some ASMR beer pouring sounds. I guess I should mute the desktop if I'm gonna give you guys the sounds. You can't really hear it. It sounds really good though. I thought it'd be cool to hear that. Maybe I should start an ASMR channel. Asante, I'm paired round 1 versus Tyler Bortel, who I have no idea who that is, and but he's actually going to be driving me from Portland up to Trading Hammer, which is really cool. So we're gonna have a whole car ride together. Whoa! Oh no! See, it fits a pint. I guess this is this a pint? 16 ounces? 473 mils, or is it more? Anyways, it fits. A little full, but that's okay. I spilled a little. Okay, no problem, guys. No problem. We're professionals here. Professional drinkers. This is just a beer drinking channel now, I think. An alcohol channel. Where I just drink stuff on stream for you guys. What are you drinking, if anything? Was my question. Is ASMR Slaanesh worship? Are you asking that ironically, Eric, or do you not know what ASMR is? Because if you don't, that's fine, because a lot of people don't know what ASMR is. Hey Jack, how's it going? And so I don't want to make a joke about your lack of ASMR. Man, I'm so bloated, I feel. Maybe it's the camera. And my face feels so bloated from all the drinking and the hangoverness. This was supposed to be my weekend, by the way, guys. I hope you guys are happy. This was supposed to be my weekend of not drinking and not doing anything and saving money. And I went out last night, spent like $300-400 bucks between dinner, drinks, and everything. I'm going to a birthday party later tonight. Probably spend a few $100 on drinks, Ubers, whatever. And then tomorrow night, I'm supposed to go to a like rave out in Stanley Park, which is like a big like outdoor area here. And I'll probably just end up buying and drinking $100 or so of alcohol there. So yeah, so much for healthy week, right? What's $2 Chuck? That sounds awful. Oh, from Trader Joe's? T-Joe's? Is that what Trader Joe's is? We don't have Trader Joe's in Canada, so I don't get that kind of stuff. I don't know. I can talk orcs a bit if you guys are interested in my thoughts on it. I don't actually think, like, after AdMech, after seeing what the AdMech got, I would be pissed if I was an orc player, is all I'll say. And Drukhari. I think they're probably be, like, here's the thing. I gotta take another read through the stratagems. But, like, they fundamentally haven't changed why orcs are not good currently. None of those things have been addressed. So if you think about, like, are orcs good now or not, they're not a A tier, S tier army, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And it doesn't seem like they've really addressed those issues. Is there I have leaks. I don't know if there's a whole with, like, is there a whole different thing with strats that I'm missing? Let me just see here. I'll tell you what's on the document that I have. I assume it's just the one that's, like, already out there. Is there a separate document with the strats that I'm missing? Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen the strats, so that's the other thing. But it seems so far, just based on the actual, like, core rules of the army, that they're not as good. Like, it seems to me that they lost a lot of, like, charge bonus, mobility, that kind of stuff. Well, normally, Eric, I would agree with you, but I don't think that Games Workshop sent out preview copies of the limited edition codex. So normally what would happen is the content creators would get a copy of the codex ahead of time, and they would go, and the embargo is generally lifted on pre-order date. But I don't think they sent out content creators this limited edition book, because it's limited edition and it's only available in this. So I'd assume that they didn't actually send out any review copies. Now, when the actual orc book comes out, yeah, exactly. When the actual orc book comes out, I'm sure they will do that. But as of now, I don't think that there are any review copies out there. So that's my thoughts. But yeah, I guess overall, like, when I look at it, it feels to me that, like, the things that, I guess, how do I describe this? The things that, like, were really good, like the extra charge bonuses, the reroll charges, the yeah. Look, I'm not saying that the book is gone, write it off. I'm just saying, from what I've seen so far, I haven't seen anything that would be like, oh man, that's fucking really good. And for the most part, what I've seen is a lot of the bonuses, like extra charge range, advance in charge, reroll charges, both dice or one or the other, extra, like, that kind of stuff has gone away. And things like mech guns, which were mech guns now are max unit of 3, so they're the most you're gonna get in a unit or in an army is 9 versus 18, right? So that's a big difference. Also, they've, like, changed some of the stats on some of those guns. So I haven't seen anything, all I'm saying, that makes me feel like they're super strong. All I've seen is, I'm so glad, dude. Why, you have no idea, man. I can't even say it. Mech gun spam was one of the dumbest armies. Not only from a, like, thematic standpoint, right? But also just, like, they're so annoying. It's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna take, like, it's just stupid. An orc army should have, like, 3 to 6 mech guns to, like, fill out some shooting support, but that shouldn't be an army built around that, right? So I agree with you. I'm glad that it's, like, not really a thing. Yeah, so from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything, like, game breaking. All I've seen is them lose a lot of the, like, really strong things that they had before. Now, with that said, obviously the stratagems is, like, a whole, the stratagems are the game, right? Like if you look at AdMech, if you took out their stratagems, they'd be fine. What makes them broken is the stratagems. So it's not like the data sheets or the inherent built-in rules. And there might be stratagems that gives them those things, right? Well, they shouldn't, right? Because the book won't be out by then, like the main book. That's what I'm saying. I agree, Alex, as well. Thanks for joining. Guys, also, I have something important to tell you. Very exciting. So yesterday, and I'm always transparent about this stuff because I want you guys to know this stuff, and I think it's exciting, and you know, maybe it encourages other people to either, or discourages other people to stream or not stream. But yesterday, I posted on my Instagram, I had my first ever payout from Twitch, which sounds amazing, right? You guys are like, Jim, oh my god, you finally rolling in cash, right? You're super rich. You must be super rich. Well, I'm not, and I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how much it was and how long it took to get that much. So I'll stay tuned for a sec. But I want you guys to understand two things. First of all, I just want to thank everyone that's tuned in to the stream, whether it's the YouTube channel, subscribe, or Facebook or Twitch over the last 3 months. I just started streaming 3 months ago, in around at the end of May. It was a way for me to, at the end of April. It's a way for me to express myself, express my hobby, talk to the community, and kind of just get out there. And it's been like a really amazing experience. I'm not necessarily like the most entertaining guy. I'm not the most positive guy. You guys know me. I like to have my rants and raves. So I always like to, you know, tell you guys the truth and always be honest with my audience. So that's not for everyone. You know, I'm not here trying to win friends. So sometimes I'm going to say things that are not, I guess, like PC because I'm trying to be popular. But overall, like I've had an amazing time streaming with you guys the last like 3 months. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Whether you've subscribed on Twitch, which has been amazing, sent in any, I think you can subscribe on YouTube now on my channel because I have enough people, sent in anything like that. And yeah, if you guys continue to support the channel, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I don't expect anything. I'm not doing this for money purposes. I'm only doing this because I just love to do it, and I love to interact with you guys. And the reason, this is the first payout that I got from Twitch, and the reason that it took so long, even though I've been streaming for 3.5 months, and I think I was an affiliate. So the way Twitch works basically is there's 3 levels of Twitch person. There's like just regular Twitch people, which is most of you. There's an affiliate, which is like the once you have like, and it's to become an affiliate, it's actually quite easy. You have to basically have like 3 people watch your stream for like 5 hours and then just stream for like 7 days in a row. Like it's super, super easy. And it's basically just automatic. There's like a few small things to do. And then there's Twitch partner, which is like much harder to do and something that I'm not even close to that. To become a Twitch partner, I think you need something like 75 concurrent viewers for like a bunch of hours. And then you got to apply, and there's like all this other process to become a Twitch partner. But once you're an affiliate, it allows you to monetize your channel. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you can run ads, pre-roll ads on your channel and other types of ads. It also means people can subscribe to you with their Bezos bucks. They can subscribe through like subs, right? Twitch subs. So if anyone wants to throw me Twitch subs, amazing. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. If you just got the free Amazon Prime ones, I'll take those. I love Jeff Bezos' money. And then Twitch obviously takes a cut of all those things, right? So if people sub, if people send in bits, if people do whatever, and then the ads as well, you get paid for that. Now, I have less than 500. If you actually look at my account, I have 478 followers on Twitch, which is not very many. Like people, like I think Pokimane just passed 8 million followers on Twitch. So I'm very, very small as far as like number of followers, but I'm proud of my 500. And, you know, that's, my goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And to be honest, to be perfectly honest, guys, I've really been focusing on YouTube more because in my perspective and just talking to a lot of people, YouTube is, once you get to a certain size, YouTube is actually a much better platform. It's a lot easier to find content. It's a lot easier to grow content. I have 1,600 subscribers on YouTube, and I only have less than 500 on Twitch. So just to give you a sense, the algorithms and a lot of the functionality on YouTube is a lot better. Twitch is obviously pure gaming. So I'm doing both, but I haven't been focusing 100% on Twitch. with that said, Twitch doesn't pay you out until you cross $100 of revenue. So if you're wondering how much I got paid out, it was $127 Canadian for 3.5 months of streaming. And because every month the channel was making about 30 bucks, so it took about 3.5 months to get to that level where I broke $100. And then once you break $100, they pay it out. They don't pay out less than $100. So I got my very first Twitch payment, which was for $127 Canadian, because it's $100. Yeah, I know it does, but I'm just trying to explain to people. So it was $100 Canadian, US, which was $127 Canadian. Thank you, exchange rate. And that was my very first ever like money that I've ever made from my online whatever. And it was just cool. Already I've spent like 10 times that on the channel between my like website hosting costs, equipment, like the overlay, like the art, my subscriptions to Adobe Creative Cloud to do like the Photoshop and Premiere to edit the videos. Restream costs money. The audio like streaming costs money. Like everything costs, like the whole thing cost me probably about $100 a month. So it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I'm rich now. But it's just a really cool feeling to get to the point where like I made my first dollar, right, on streaming and Twitch. And I just wanted to thank you guys on that. So thanks everyone for tuning in on that. Oh, Jack, sorry, why? I have no doubt that that will happen because I literally barely make money. The other thing too is like I could set up like people have been asking me like, do I have a Patreon? Do I have just like a like you can set up like YouTube just donations, right? Like I can just have people just donate to me instead of going through Twitch through subs. But I guess I'm still hesitant to do that right now. It might be something I might do in the future, but unless I have enough time to like really commit to the streaming and really have a strong idea for what I want to do and the kind of content that I want to provide for people, especially if they're getting like Patreon or exclusive access. I don't know. I guess for me, I never want anything that I make to be behind a gated wall. So like all the content I make, I always want it to be available free for everyone. And I never want to have it where it's like, oh, you only get this if you subscribe, or you only get this if you, you know, on Patreon. What I'd much rather do is say, hey, look, if you guys want to help out, if you want to support the channel, this is the way to do it. But otherwise, everything is available for everyone all the time, right? There's no gate. One thing I really hate, like one of my biggest pet peeves is, you know, sometimes people like will link a news article and you go to click it and it's like behind a paywall and you can't, and it's like a really interesting article and you can't read it. And because that I work during the day, despite appearances, I do actually have a career that's not Warhammer. And so that job supports my hobby, right? And so I don't need my hobby to support, like I'm not looking to monetize my hobby. The streaming and all that stuff, it's just done out of pure love. Now, who knows, maybe in some future universe, I get fired from my job or I decide to quit. And I go full-time Warhammer content dude. And maybe I'll reassess then but like that for me sounds like kind of crazy. And it's not something that I even think I ever want to do. Although, I will tell you guys something. And you got to keep it between us, because I haven't beyond this cast right now. I haven't really told anyone. I did actually get a job offer from. Okay, I don't know how much I can say, but I got a job offer, not like a formal job offer, but I had someone basically say to me, "Hey, if you want to leave your job and come move to here," which I won't say where it is. You can basically run my game store and paint full time and make content full time for me. So I had basically a store owner offer me to like go be his like store GM / content creator / commission paint studio leader of their gaming store, of a fairly large gaming store. Not where I live, so I'd have to move, and it's not even actually in Canada, it's actually in the US. So I had someone actually offer me that recently, like as in like last week, like this week. So it's not something I think I'm gonna do because I'm not at that point in my life. But it was a very interesting and flattering offer, and I wish, you know, if it was in Vancouver and I could just like do it, and if it didn't work out as like low investment, I maybe think about it more. But that's to move to the States to take on a job like that. Also, I make really good, and I'm not saying this in a braggy way, but like I make much more than I'd ever be able to make running a game store. Maybe not commission painting and streaming at the same time. Like all three of those, I could probably make what I make right now, but I know game stores don't make a lot of money, so it's not like I'd be going there for money. Brian, why do you say that? I'm gonna fire myself because I have ownership in my company. Yeah, well, it's kind of complicated, to be honest. Like my I have ownership in our restaurants, but it's almost like sweat equity. So I have not actually. We have 6 restaurants, and I own a very small percentage. So I'll say less than 10% I own, which doesn't sound like a lot, and you guys are like, yeah, that's not very much, but you got to understand, I've put in. For the last like 6 years, I've been paid a salary. I've been paid a bonus. That's independent of how well the restaurants have done, right? Well, the bonus is dependent, but my salary. And also, even though I own some percentage of the restaurants, as also part of my compensation, I've put in 0 of my own money. So I haven't invested a single dollar of my own money. I've just invested my time and my sweat. So I have. That's an amazing like deal, right? To basically get ownership as part of your compensation package and as part of your contract, but still making a salary and not having to invest any of your own money. So what does that mean? It means, well, if shit goes south and fucking COVID hits and the restaurants fucking suffer and, you know, we decide to close down the whole company, guess who doesn't lose a single dime? Me, right? Because I didn't invest a single dime. And we've probably up to date, not including like a lot of other things, I think we've probably dropped around $8 million into the restaurants, like to build 6 restaurants. Let me think. No, it's probably closer to $10 million Canadian we've spent to like build the company to the point where it is. And I've spent 0 of it. I've spent $0, right, of my own of that 10 million, but I have ownership of that investment, right? I think that's pretty good. What that means though is that the way that my contract is actually set up is that if I do decide to actually leave, which I can, I lose my ownership share. But if we sell the company before, and I'm still with the company at that time, then I get paid out proportional to my ownership share. If that makes sense. So it's kind of a complicated. There's a bunch of legalese and other kind of shit in there, but that's kind of the gist of it. So it's kind of win-win for me, right? Because I don't really like lose anything, I guess. And yeah, if the restaurant completely fails, I literally don't lose anything. Hopefully it doesn't fail, but you know what I'm saying? You're talented and driven to make excellent product and service. Thanks, man. So yeah, that's kind of my situation with restaurants. What are you guys working on? Let me know in chat what you guys are working on. Oh, I had a question on Twitter, actually. Someone asked me a question on Twitter, which I'm going to answer today on stream. So let me go pull it up. Let me see here. So, Wired Current, who I have no idea who that is, anyone that's someone that watches. He said, I feel like Games Workshop has accomplished the goal of expunging whimsy in the game from anything that isn't directly narrative. The Orc Codex was the last stand for that, and that's mostly gone too. Jim Vessel, I would love to know your take on this. Whimsy. So, yeah, that's actually a good question, and I'm curious to what you guys think about that as well. So let me know in the chat. But I guess, you know, I guess from my perspective, like, you know, obviously when I think about whimsy, I think about like second edition orcs. I don't necessarily know if it's like a conscious decision. I just think it's more like just an evolution of like what people like and what people want. Like, I feel like from my perspective, I never really liked the kind of goofy, super goofy, silly parts of Games Workshop. Like, do you guys remember some of the the 5th or 6th edition Lizardman special character names? One was named Tic Tac Toe. One was named like oh fuck, I gotta pull them up. They're just so ridiculous. They're so let's see here. Lizardman special characters. List of Lizardmen. Okay, so these are they're so funny, guys. We have what do we got? Yeah, we got these old ones. We got Tic Tac Toe, who's a skink. We have Teeny Weeny, but it's spelled T-H-E, like it's not spelled like Teeny Weeny, but his name's Teeny Weeny. We have Itsy Bitsy, right? There's some that I can't even pronounce. Kygor Krokgar, I don't know. Gorrock, Chakrax, Nakai. Yeah, so there's always been a little bit of like silly like Games Workshop silliness, and then you have some of the old Empire ones. Empire special characters. Warhammer. Do you guys remember let me see some of the cool ones. You had and some of the names are like really on the nose, like Balthazar Gelt. What was the one, the explorer? His name was like Christopher Colombo or something like that. And then there's like, I don't know, there's just always so many weird ones. So yeah, I think like I guess my point is to the question, I think Games Workshop has always like slowly started to kind of get rid of that silliness, and I actually don't mind it. I don't think that was the charm of Warhammer. And if you really want whimsy, go play Blood Bowl, because that's like the whimsy dial to the McGee, right? Yeah, like so Nat, that's a great point. But like when I look at like orcs, I guess, you know, they've always been the more comical race. But then I also think of like night goblins, shamans with like their mushrooms, and like fanatics. That whole like the whole squig like concept of squigs is whimsy, right? And there's still squigs around. You know, the squigs didn't go anywhere. You guys remember the Snotling Pumpwagon? And like the Goblin Doomdiver from Warhammer? Those were pretty whimsy, right? It's like fucking like, and they still have like weird contraptions and shit, right? So I don't really think it's a bad thing, because I personally think that it never fit the like, as the stories evolved, you got to remember too, like, for a lot of people in Games Workshop, probably when it started, like in first edition, second edition, it probably was just jokes. There wasn't really like a background. It wasn't really fleshed out to the level of story. And when you're dealing with something like, say, Blood Bowl, where the story is kind of, it's just kind of there to like it's not really part of the game. You could probably get away with a lot of like silly stuff, but then as you try to like, I guess, build out a deep narrative background. So like whether, because you can't, like, here's the thing, if orcs are if they kept orcs silly, how would you have them in novels, right? Like how would you have narrative things with them in it? You couldn't. It would just be like, it'd be like just really hard to do. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that they've like gotten rid of, toned down some of that stuff. I think personally, I don't like it that much anyways. What do you guys think? God, these noise marines are painful to paint. I don't know why I'm doing this. Noise marines, why do you gotta be so good? Please be good in 9th when the book comes out, because I'll be really mad if I had to paint these and they suck. But yeah, I just don't think I don't think it's like a big deal. I think I'm glad actually that they're toning down the worst parts of it. But there's still, it's still there though, right? Like it's still there. I think you just gotta look for it. I think it's just like a little bit less obvious, I guess, a little bit less on the nose. Like tic-tac-toe. Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys a question. What would you prefer? Second edition models and like I'll take the rules with the models, right? Like if the models have evolved so much, the rules got evolved too. I'm curious though if like when they do the old world game for like what the like, are we gonna get like silly orcs again? I wonder. See, I never played Rogue Trader. I started 3rd edition 40k was my first edition of 40k that I played. And that's kind of modern 40k, right? Like that, even though a lot's changed, the game still plays relatively the same. I'd say the biggest difference between like 3rd edition and like now is just like vehicles have changed mostly. Like you've lost armor values. But other than that, the game basically plays the same outside of like just like a lot of like rules like adjustments, right? It's still psychic phase, you roll dice, you still have all the same stat lines. Speaking of stat lines, what do you guys think with the fucking ridiculous Hey Immortal, Marshy, thanks man, I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. What do you guys think of the kill team fucking like square shapes, circle, triangle movement like situation? It just seems very unnecessarily complicated, and I don't really know why they did it. I don't know why they couldn't just be like, I don't know why they're just like, here's a triangle, like here's the inches that it moves. Like what was so hard about that? What was broken about that wasn't working? Was it too confusing for people? I just don't understand the change. Is it for like people that are like bad at math? Was do you guys know, for any of you guys that played Kill Team before, was it always alternating activations? Let me know if you thought it was, or if it was. I never played Kill Team. It's just, I don't know. I just don't have the desire, I guess, to play 40k at that small scale. I'd rather just play a game. Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit like, maybe I'm a bit odd here, but like they always talk about with like things like Kill Team, they're like, yeah, like it's a short game for 40 minutes for like those times where you only have 40 minutes and you're with your buddies and you guys want to play a game. I'm like, when does that ever happen? Have you guys ever been like in a situation where you're like, Well, we have 40 minutes, guys. Let's bust out Kill Team and play a quick game before we have to go do the thing. I've never, like, literally that's never happened to me in my life, because guess what? When me and my friends make plans, or when I'm having people over, we've already planned what to do during all the time, right? Like if I don't know, like I just feel like when, like, I don't know, I've never had these like accidental situations where it's like, oh hey guys, like looks like we have an hour to waste, let's all bust out our Kill Team forces and play Kill Team and then wrap it up, and that's great that we have this game. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna be like, hey guys, we're gonna do board game night, and we're gonna set the night and everyone come over, bring your Kill Teams, we're gonna spend the night playing a board game. At that point I might as well just play 40k. So I'm like, why would I play 3 40-minute games of 40 Kill Team with you when I can play one 240 whatever minute game of Kill Team, right? Or 120 minutes or whatever the fuck the time is, right? I'd just be like, no, let's just play 40k. Let's just plan to play 40k. Like if you're gonna plan to play Kill Team, let's just plan to play 40k. Because you're not gonna be like, hey, do you want to plan for me to come over for 40 minutes so we can play one game of Kill Team and then I gotta go? My shirt says, your virtue is my vice. It's from my restaurant. It's a branded company shirt. But dude, I've never played games at lunchtime at my job, and maybe people have different jobs. When have you ever busted out, like, unless you already work for like Games Workshop, when have you ever busted out a fucking board game at your lunchtime at work? And who are you playing against? Like that's never happened to me. I mean, I'm 37. I'm probably older than a lot of you, and I've worked since I was 16. I've never once been in a situation where I was like at a lunchtime where I'm like, damn, if only I had a Kill Team, a game here that we could play for lunchtime. What do you do, Nat? What do you do for your job, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, so okay, you work in video games, man. Get out of here. Your opinion doesn't count. You're like 1 in 1,000 people. But like, here's the thing. Even on my lunch breaks at work, I have people that I could like potentially play board games with. But you know what I want to do in my lunch break is not talk to people. I want to eat my lunch in peace and quiet. I want to catch up on my news, watch my YouTube videos, and relax, and not have to fucking stress out about fucking a game, right? And then when my lunch is over and I have to go back to work, great. But I don't want to sit there I don't want to get off my lunch break and be tired because I just, yeah, Shazzy, fucking 100%, my friend. I like to literally, I go in usually I work in my office, but during my lunch break, I literally close my door and I lock it. I throw on YouTube and I put on my headphones and I eat my lunch in peace and quiet. And I don't want fucking anyone to bother me. I put my phone like off so people don't call me. And I just enjoy, or I go outside and I go for a walk. Like I'm never sitting there thinking like, what stressful activity can I add to my lunch break so that when I finish my lunch break, I'm all like hyped up because I just fucking lost a game and I'm all like aggro at Steve from the mailroom, you know, who just beat me at fucking Kill Team. That's just not a thing, I feel. Yeah, dude. And most people don't even get an hour. I get an hour lunch break. Most people get like 30-minute lunch breaks. So I just, yeah. The problem is like, and the thing is with these games, like, here's the thing. A game like Kill Team for me, it's almost just for, it's like an excuse almost for like non-casuals to like start. It's like a good gateway thing to get people to start playing. But it's not like, at least a game like Curse City, right? I can paint that and bring it over to like a games night and like my friends can play with like my pieces, like the models. And then at the end I take it home and it's like, they don't have to do anything, but like people have to paint Kill Teams and assemble them and like build them. And there's so much that goes into it, right? It's not like a board game where you can just bust it out, play it, and then put it away. Like there's a lot of thought that goes into it, like modeling, painting, building. Yeah, but like, I don't know, maybe. pretty shitty gateway, if you ask me. I don't know why they don't just play small, like, this is my thing though. I don't know why you don't, at that point, just play small games at 40k. 500 point games. I guess that's a lot of models, but... yeah, and that's fine. But like... then they should sell it as such, is my thing. You know? Instead of it being its own different thing. You know, it'd be a better game. Like, I look at something like Warcry. So, okay, actually, look at the difference between Warcry and Kill Team. So in Warcry, you have 5 models. The warbands are self-contained. So you just buy your thing, you assemble it, and you paint. There's no like Kill Team. You literally have to like build a whole squad of guys. I'll be right back, guys. One sec. All right, I'm back. Well, I think what I would do if it was up to me, rather than having like Kill Team, I would make a 40k rule set that like is still 40k. So hear me out for a sec. But instead of, say, for instance, like, so here's how I would do it. Take your 40k codex or 40k rule set, and you know how in chapter approved they have like unit sizes, right? You essentially just say, okay, now instead of say having 10 Space Marines, your unit size is like up to 5, and they're all individuals, and it's all the same rules, all the same stats, all the same war gear. But instead of taking like 5 minimum up to 10, and you take a squad, you just take up to 5 Space Marines, and they're all individual units. They're not like squads anymore. And you can take, and they do that for every book, right? So you can take a Demon Army, where you can take like a Nurgling base, a 2 Bloodletters, 2 Horrors, and 3 Plague Bearers, right? And that's your Kill Team. It's just regular 40k stuff, but like small with no like minimums essentially, and then each model is its individual guy. And then obviously you'd still have to restrict certain things, like you couldn't have Demon Princes running around, you couldn't have fucking Night Titans. But like with most of the core troops for most armies, you could have like a little supplement that let you do that, and then just play like a 200 point game of 40k on like a small skirmish table. That to me would make way more sense than what they do, you know? Personally, but whatever. I mean, look, if people like it, who am I to judge? I don't, as long as people enjoy the hobby, whatever the way they want, I'm fine with it. I'm an advocate, like, play the way you want, just don't let the way that you play, like, interfere, or, like, don't try to, like, hurt other people if they like to play a certain way, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, and this is just my experience as a competitive player, I've never ever, and you guys will like let me know if you guys have ever I almost put my brush in my beer. Probably not put that there. I have never once gone on a forum, gone on a website, gone on a Facebook or whatever, and said, hey, fucking casuals, they gotta stop making rules for you guys. You're ruining the competitive 40k. Fuck these crusade rules. Fuck the narrative. Fuck whatever. I've never begrudged a single person that doesn't like to play competitively ever in my life, if that's how you like to play, if you like to just stand there and like fucking Spaceballs, smash your models together and talk to them and go, hey, yeah, oh, I love you, yeah, and make love to them, hey man, all the power to ya, God bless, I love ya. If you want to paint and never play, God bless, I love ya. And I'm an atheist, by the way, I don't know why I say God bless, but just letting you guys know. So don't get any ideas. But look, you play the way you want to play. I've never done that myself. What I have had happen though, and this is where the like split is, I've had so many non-competitive players be like, competitive players are ruining the game. Competitive 40k is toxic. All competitive players are win at all costs. All competitive players are evil. They shouldn't make rules for competitive. Competitive 40k shouldn't exist. I've never done the opposite. I've never gone and begrudged any other way of persons playing and said anything bad about the way people want to play. But for some reason, when you want to, as soon as you want to play competitively, you have all these people that are like basically shitting on your agreed like playstyle. And I just think that's really fucking sad, right? It's sad because those players who claim to be narrative players, competitive player, or like crusade players, story players, fluff players, whatever you want to call them, you'd think that they would be the most like nice, excited, like open to other types of things. But in fact, those players are often the biggest gatekeepers, right? Like, think about it. There's all this conversation around gatekeeping right now, around like let's pick a really cool topic. Let's pick a really hot topic. Female Space Marines. I don't care if Games Workshop, because here's the thing, the lore is what Games Workshop wants it to be, right? So if Games Workshop tomorrow, and I could tomorrow, Games Workshop could tomorrow get Dan Abnett to put out a book that says it's gonna be called the like Rubicon fucking Primaris 2.0 book, and basically you know, what's his name, Belisarius Cawl goes to Guilliman and he says, hey man, we're low on recruits, so I went and I tinkered around with Sisters of Battle, like whatever, and I've discovered a way to insert gene seed into females. So I've created a whole line of female Space Marines for you. Cool, awesome, amazing. Like, I would be like, that's so cool. Now everyone can be a fucking Space Marine. I wouldn't be like, but here's the thing, that story, which I literally just made up in 30 seconds, when Games Workshop publishes that story, then that is literally the universe. Now female Space Marines are canon. So female Space Marines might not be canon right now, but like, literally, if Games Workshop wanted to do it, they need to write a 2-sentence paragraph that says, hey, Belisarius Cawl or whatever discovered a way to do it, and now he's got Primaris female Space Marines. He did a bunch of crazy gene hacking, whatever. I mean, you guys just, fuck, I'm just making it up. And now there's female Space Marines. Cool. Now we have female Space Marines. Now everyone that's fucking mad about it can shut the fuck up. And they can't say, oh, there's a lore reason, right? Yeah, Primaris boobies, exactly. But my point is like, the lore can be used to justify anything at any point with any like level of effort, right? Like, you don't even need to put in a lot of effort to do it. Like, how much really did they spend on the whole Primaris project? Like, maybe a book? They released one novel, I think, The Great Work by Belisarius Cawl. Like, yeah, and like they used to, yeah, and so Eric, I agree with you. They used to exist in like 2nd edition, but just about everything from 2nd edition mostly has been retconned. So I wouldn't, that for me is not the strongest argument. The used to exist is not the strongest argument, because lots of things like used to exist that no longer exist anymore. And there's lore reasons why they don't exist. And that's okay. The storyline can change. Things can come in and out, and that's fine. So I never like to use the fact that something used to exist to, yeah, squats don't exist, right? But they could bring them back for sure. I guess my point is like, and I'm getting sidetracked here because this is we were originally talking about lore casual players, but like, I actually find, yeah, exactly. But my point is, there's so many things that used to exist, and they could exist again with literally 2 sentences in any codex, rulebook, White Dwarf, whatever. They could, like, it could be a throwaway little, you know, they have like the little sidebar stories. They could write that, And what would you say? Oh, that it's not realistic? Guys, we're talking about fucking Warhammer 40,000 where there's fucking space demons, gods, there's a whole dimension of hellscape, there's fucking Eldar, there's orcs, there's like, you know, don't come at me with like, oh, it's not realistic. Right? Based on what? Based on like what, your the science? Like can you show your work? Do you have did you publish a paper on the gene seed and like adoption rates of Primaris gene seed in female subjects? Can you show me the paper that you published, the scientific paper that says it's not like, no, you can't because it's fucking bullshit, right? It just bothers me. It's like, you can come up with any sort of lore reason. Yeah, but here's the thing, Ganj, exactly. Why can't there be male Sisters of Battle, right? Because the Ecclesiarchy has a statute that says they cannot have any men under arms. Now, if they just introduced male Sisters of Battle and they didn't change that piece of lore, I'd be upset, because I'd be like, look, do the male Sisters of Battle, but then make a story that says, hey, the High Lords of Terra said, fuck you, Ecclesiarchy, you guys were overturning the decree, so now you guys can have men. Just do that, like, you know? So my point is like, there's a reason, there's a really easy way to justify anything you want to do, right? All this Primaris, yeah, so it's just really annoying. And I guess my point I was making is, I actually find the like narrative, those kinds of players are way bigger gatekeepers than competitive players. I actually think that like there's this like backwards, and I don't mean to brush everyone with the same brush, paint everyone with the same brush. But what I have found is the people that are like most competitive players, for the most part, although a lot of them do enjoy the lore, they'll still run an army that's like 18 mech guns or fucking 85 Skitarii, because and then they'll come up with whatever lore reason they need for it to work. And like they're actually, I think actually competitive players are more narrative a lot of times than narrative players, because guess what? If you have like a really, like Wyatt sent me his army the other day. If I said, hey Wyatt, write me a story that justifies why all these various disparate forces would come together, or at least give me like a 15-second elevator pitch on like why this army exists, you could probably do it, right? You'd be like, well, there was my Chaos Warlord, he came, he fought on a corn planet, he recruited the Lord of Skulls, then he went over here, he got the fucking Iron Warriors, done. So like competitive players all the time in their heads, when they write crazy weird lists with like all sorts of shit that doesn't seem like it would ever exist on the battlefield, they are being narrative, right? Every one of my armies, however weird it is, I could tell you a great story about why that army exists on the table. And I'd love to. I'm really excited to tell you that. No, there aren't. Why aren't there? It's the same reason there's not male Space Marines. It's just they never perfected the technology on women, and they never really like used women as subjects. And here's the thing. We all know, and maybe this will get me canceled, so I'm just gonna say it. We all know, I think we'd like to know, and if I'm wrong here, then correct me. When you look at the median strength of any, the median strength of the average female, and I'm being really careful with the way I use my words, guys. When you look at the median strength of males versus females in the human race, Homo sapien, the median strength of an average male is generally higher than the median strength of an average female. Now, that's not to say that all females are weaker than males, or that all males are stronger than females. Obviously, because it's a bell curve, you're going to have overlap. But at the very high end, when you look at the most extreme end of the bell curve, the strongest man that ever existed and ever lived will be much stronger than the strongest woman that ever existed. And the weakest woman that ever existed will be much weaker than the weakest man that ever existed, for the most part. Now, obviously, there's other things. So my point is, when you're the emperor and you have to make a decision, you're gonna pick the species that has the strongest like bone structure, bone density, or maybe the testosterone obviously is a big part in all that. So yeah. And my point, guys, with all this is like, I can make up 1,000 reasons why something does or doesn't exist, and things don't exist until they do, right? A lot of things in the game don't exist right now. And so, like female space marines, guess what? 5 years ago, Primaris didn't exist. So when they introduced Primaris, was everyone being like, well, Primaris don't exist? No, it's like they wrote a story that says now they do exist. Just like they could write a story that say female space marines exist, or female custodes, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Right, Eric, but it is grafted on a real world, like real world. It is, right? It's not like in 40K specifically, they've stated that like the biology of males and females is different than it is in real life. Like, I think that's assumed that it's fairly similar. Now, that might not be the case for other races. Maybe Eldar, right? Eldar aliens. Maybe Eldar females are stronger than males, you know, because that's why they're all the fucking badass ones are chicks, right? Maybe orcs. Well, orcs don't really have stuff, but you know, maybe Tau is the same thing, right? Maybe there's other races where the females are stronger. I'm just saying in the human race in 40K, because it's basically modeled after real lives, like real humans, that does exist. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, and it's not neither. It is neither a bad thing to recognize it, right? But yeah, we don't need to get down this rabbit hole, guys, because it is a rabbit hole. But I guess my point is like, if you're wondering why probably they don't have like why they just use males to begin with, well, because of probably those reasons. Now, eventually, they might discover maybe some gene tech, right? Like, again, lore can justify anything. So I could write a story that says, hey, Belisarius Cawl, not only has he discovered how to make female space marines, but he's discovered a way to enhance the black, what is it called, the black carapace of the female space marines and the gene seed in the female space marines, so that they're physically stronger than the male space marines, right? Through like whatever techno gene enhancements, right? People would go crazy. They'd be like, that's like, and I would be like, cool, I don't care, right? But they could do that, and that would make total sense. Like, you could just make that up. And that's the great thing about a fantasy setting, guys, is that whatever the story writers want us to like want, they can have. There's no like, this is what I love about fantasy. There's no yeah, that's why they got expunged. Eric, come on. They got too moody one month, and Malkador was like, I'm sick of this, and got rid of them. He's like, Dad, I can't handle these Primarchs. They're about to throw heresy once a month, so we're gonna expunge them. See, that was a bad joke, but it was funny. I don't care. Cancelled. Yeah, call the SJW squad. Well, I mean, you set it up for me. I can't help myself. Look, I don't care. If you ask any of my female friends, they would agree with me. They can get fierce. It is kind of sad though, right? The whole Space Marine, like, I guess, life. It's really sad. Like, imagine being a dude I can't remember. Are they castrated? Are they chemically castrated? Is that in the lore? Or physically castrated? Like, are they eunuchs? It's chemical though, right? They still have dicks. They're not like fucking. I think they're chemically castrated from what I remember. I can't remember if it's like a physical though, like, because I assume they'd still have their balls because that's testosterone comes from your balls. Or are they sterilized, or are they actually like castrated? Do you guys know? No, I understand that. That makes sense, Gonch, but I'm just wondering, like, by what mechanism can they not have children? Are their dicks and balls cut off? Are they chemically castrated, or are they like sterilized by some other method? Because I would assume, like, I mean, compared to like your fucking Space Marine gene seed, your balls probably don't do much as far as testosterone. Like the kinds of like enhancements that you get from your the Sisters of Silence. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I just find it sad because, like, I don't know, they never love. They love like brothers, but like they never feel the love of a woman, the caress of a woman. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, can they still fuck? Even if they don't have, like, desire? These are the questions that we need to know, guys. These are the really important questions that I talk about on my stream. The burning questions of this game. Brokeback Space Marine? Brokeback Templar? New movie? On Warhammer Plus? It's like the story of forbidden love between two like of Rogel Dorn's finest. Have you guys seen Tropic Thunder? I assume you guys should, because it's a fucking hilarious movie. Even though it's super racist and like would never be made now. But like, you know the start where they have the trailer for yeah, what's the trailer with like the two priests, like where Robert Downey Jr. plays one of the priests, and then Tobey Maguire, I think, plays the other one, and it's like and they're like what's this is so good. That's probably like one of my favorite parts of the movie, is just that like the trailers, the fake trailers at the start. So fucking good. I just actually rewatched that. Yeah, The Monks. And it's like award-winning Claire Damien, or it's, what is it? Kurt Lazarus. It's so funny. It's such a good movie. But like I literally watched that 2 weeks ago, and like I was like, dude, they could never make this movie. There's like a whole shtick on retarded people. There's a whole thing on guy in blackface the whole movie. There's like so much fucking shit that like could never be made today, and I'm just like, it's so funny though. I was like, it's so sad that they can't make a movie this ridiculous. Also, I actually think probably one of Robert Downey Jr.'s best performances too. He plays a much better black man than he does a white man. Name me a better not a better movie, but name me a movie where he had to perform better, because he fucking acted his ass off in that movie. He was fucking amazing in that movie. Yeah, I'd say it's probably one of Robert Downey Jr.'s best performances too. He should have been like, they would never have done it. Imagine he got an Oscar nom, and it's like the only black person that got a nomination at the Oscars that year was a white guy acting like a black guy, because you know how the Oscars are so white, right? Yeah, I think I've seen that episode. Didn't Uriel's... What do you mean, Uriel's father? Uriel Ventress? Oh, okay. I don't know that. Yeah, they don't really explore it too much, you know? I'd love to see, like, I mean, there's a lot of Yvrain Gilliman fanfic porn out there, like hentai, 40k hentai. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's pretty disturbing. I mean, it's disturbing, but also, like, intriguing, in a way. Were you guys ever into hentai as a kid? I used to love that shit when I was a kid, man. I used to think it was, like, so sick. Fucking naked anime girls? Damn, man, give me that. I watched some pretty twisted fucking hentai when I was younger. Like in my teens. Because I used to, obviously, search that shit out. But some fucking Bible Black, if you guys ever seen that one, that one's fucked up. There's some pretty fucking gnarly shit out there. That's all I'll say. I even played a few video games, like a few hentai video games when I was younger too. That's fucking, that's the life. Urta, I don't even know what that says. Fine. I think Ixer1, I think I've heard of. Is Newgrounds a game, Eric? I just remember every game I played, somehow you're at school and you're just like banging schoolgirls. Somehow. Like every hentai game is like just like a real life school simulator basically. But except there's like chicks that you bang. I don't know if it was like, and maybe it was like college. I don't know. I hope it was college because that would have been really disturbing. And then I played one, I think, I remember playing one called, it was like something vacation. I don't know, because a lot of these games were like Japanese, but then they'd like port them to English. And so the names of the games were just bizarre. Like it was like Beach House Vacation 1 or something like that. Like it was, but like that's not the actual name. That was just like the English name that they put on the, like the English packaging. I've actually been watching, you guys should, if you guys haven't checked it out on Netflix, there's a program called, no, I got beer still. I need a beer, come back in 10 minutes, like all like hot and bothered. There's a show on Netflix called Love, Death, and Robots. I just discovered. It's like a bunch of different cartoons with different animators that are like short stories. It's almost like a mix of, it's like a mix of like hentai, Outer Limits, Black Mirror, and then like animation. And it's like all these little short stories, and some of them are pretty like graphic, like both in a blood and nudity standpoint, like lots of dicks, lots of tits, lots of ass. But the stories are like really intense, like, and they have like a lot of crazy twists. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. It's really cool. I got a beer, so. Has anyone else seen that show besides me? I hope I'm not the only one. But anyways, I'd recommend checking it out. It's like it's quite good. F3. I think I've seen F3. I actually know a girl that she does voiceovers for like English hentai, like she does like hentai dubs basically. What's a great show, Jonathan? F3? Oh, Love, Death, Robots. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's like, it's really fucked up. Like some of the episodes are like, they're like, oh fuck, dude, that's like harsh. Like it really makes you think a lot of the episodes. That's why I really like it. Like it's very thoughtful. It makes you ask a lot of questions about like, yeah, that's cool, John. I didn't know that. It makes you like ask a lot of questions about like really deep issues, right? Like there's one episode where yeah, it's got, that's why I said, I was like, if I describe it, it's a mix of Black Mirror, Outer Limits, some like hentai, and like heavy metal. The like it's almost got like heavy metal levels of violence, some like hentai levels of nudity, and then like Black Mirror, Outer Limits style like fucking mind-bending twist storylines, and all animated. And then all the styles, animation styles are different, so each episode is done, I assume, by a different studio, or at least different artists, illustrators. I don't know, I don't actually know like how it works. Like I don't know if it's like one writing team and then different illustrators, or how it works, but it's really cool. Yeah, that's gone. That's exactly right. Yeah, there's 2 seasons. I'm almost done the first one. It's like, it's one of those things that like it's hard to, I can't watch too many episodes. I watch like 2 or 3 episodes and I get all worked up about it. Not in that way, guys. I just mean like mentally. I'm not, you know, I'm not jerking off after 3 episodes because I saw a fucking an animated nipple. I know. You guys are all gutter babies, so I just made sure to specify what I was talking about. Oh yeah, for those of you who are here on Wednesday, was anyone that's on stream tonight here on Wednesday when I was talking about whether I was gonna ask that girl out on Instagram? Were you guys here for that? Anyone? I have an update for you that you guys will find funny. Yeah. Oh, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. But basically, after some further like thought / investigation / creeping, I think I actually dodged a bit of a bullet because I hadn't really looked at this chick's Instagram that intensely. Just like the first few like pages, but then I started to like, I got a little bit more into it, and I started like really like looking at the pictures. Like, you know, I'd kind of done the scroll, but I hadn't actually like opened up the pictures. And I don't think she's as cute as I thought she was. So, I decided not to go ahead with it, and I think I dodged a little bit of a bullet. I think she's like a bit of a maybe catfishing or something, or just, you know, those girls that like maybe they're really good at taking photos, but then like, or not just girls, but people, they look really good in photos, but then on like further inspection, on the closer inspection, you're like, actually, I don't think they're that hot, that cute. I think this is a case of that. So I think I dodged a bullet there, guys. Didn't end up, I'm like, so here's the thing. I literally like, I don't have a lot of photos on my Instagram of me because I always look so bad in photos. Somehow like I have like 3 chins and like my face looks fat and I'm like, my eyes are closed and like my smile is crooked. So I don't know. I'm just not good at being in photos in general. Oh yeah. No, but this is the opposite, Gonch. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? Your social media photos are the ones that you show people. So they're like your maximum hotness, right? Which means if in those photos, I'm a little bit ho-hum on your beauty level, then you're yeah. And maybe am I being a misogynist pig right now? Maybe, but so I apologize. I'm just gonna go to the washroom, guys. I'll be right back. Anyways, I'm just talking you guys through my life. I'm a guy. I like girls, but maybe I'm shallow. But here's the thing, you gotta understand. They have to be smart and intelligent, because that is actually way more important to me, and have great personalities. That's actually way more important to me than looks. So, I'm not a horrible, awesome person, but The Rogue Trader Network. What's up, man? Oh, baby. Pizza, 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 and then a weird emote face. What's up, man? I'm actually much more beautiful in my on my social media photos than I am in real life. Trust me. Which is exactly what he said. All right. I think it's gonna call it there, guys. It's been about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go get ready, maybe shower, hang out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I don't know who you are, but enjoy your AOS. Floor Supers Union. Outer Circle YouTube? No, what is that? Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. It's funny, I posted on my my Instagram, like my non game. So I have two Instagrams. I have one for my like painting and Warhammer stuff, and then I just have my like real life personal one that's like private. But and a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people know that I stream. A lot of my friends, they don't know that I stream, and that I know they know I do Warhammer, but I don't know if they know that I stream and I have YouTube and stuff. And I posted on my real life when I was like, hey, thanks to my Twitch community for you know, like this milestone, just kind of what I talked about earlier in the show. And a bunch of people were like, hey, like what's your channel, like all these questions. I'm like, I'm not telling you guys, like you guys are just like not worth it. So it's nice to hang out with my Warhammer homies, I guess, in the community a bit and just nerd out a bit, because most of I actually don't have, like, obviously I know people in real life that play Warhammer, but I live downtown Vancouver, and like almost 99% of my social circle that I interact with on a weekly basis, none of them play Warhammer. So I don't have like friends that I like hang out with that play Warhammer. The only time I see Warhammer people is when I'm playing Warhammer. Like we have a gaming group, and if I go to like, if I play a game, then I'll see those guys and I'm friends with them, obviously, but I don't like hang out with them on the weekends and like drink beers, and we don't do stuff together outside of Warhammer. So unless I'm playing games, I literally don't see any Warhammer people in real life. Like I just don't. And obviously I just chat with you guys online mostly. So I always appreciate everyone that tunes in on the streams and just hangs out with me and lets me nerd out a bit and discuss my various you know, things like female space marines and have those kind of philosophical arguments that I don't know if my real life friends would really understand what the fuck I was talking about. So thanks so much for tuning in and making me slightly less lonely on this planet. And yeah, I will be back, guys. Oh yeah, I should probably post a stream schedule for next week. We'll be back on Monday with Competitive Corner with Alex. And then after that, Tuesday, yeah, I don't know. I should put on my stream schedule. So I'm gonna go. I'll do that now. Actually, I'm gonna put the stream schedule up for next week. So I think I might have Wyatt if he's still around. We're gonna probably do Politics and Plastic on Friday, and I'm gonna have Wyatt on. We're actually talk gatekeeping. So Wyatt, if you're there, I've just committed you to next Friday for Politics and Plastic. So I hope you can make it, because I know you haven't actually confirmed with me. But that'll be fun if we do that, and I'll maybe do another hobby chat during the week. But yeah, that's it. Namaste, guys. Stay safe out there, have fun, and enjoy your lives.